I wasn't looking for love. He walked into my routine and refused to be temporary. I didn't notice him the first time. That's the truth. He noticed me. I had a routine I didn't break. Same cafe, same corner table, same order. It wasn't about the coffee. It was about having something in my life that felt predictable. Safe. People came and went, but I stayed in my little space, doing my work, keeping to myself. Then one morning, someone sat across from me. I looked up confused because that table wasn't shared. He smiled like he already knew that. Sorry, he said, every other seat is taken. They weren't. I glanced around. There were at least 3 empty tables. I looked back at him. You're lying, I said. He didn't even try to deny it. I am, he admitted, still smiling. But I needed an excuse to talk to you. I should have been annoyed. I wasn't. I just shook my head and went back to my coffee. He didn't push. He just sat there for a minute, then said, "You come here every day." That got my attention. "You've been watching me?" I asked. "Observing," he corrected. "There's a difference." I rolled my eyes. But I didn't leave. That was my first mistake. Or maybe, the best one. His name was Noah. And he didn't try to impress me. That's what made him different. He didn't come in with big stories or exaggerated charm. He just talked. Asked questions. Listened to my answers like they actually mattered. And when I gave short responses, he didn't get discouraged. He adjusted. "Okay," he said at one point, "you don't like talking about yourself. I'll go first." And he did. Not in a way that demanded attention. Just enough to make it easier for me to meet him halfway. That was the first time I noticed something about him. He paid attention. Not just to what I said. To what I avoided. After that day, he didn't sit with me again. At least, not right away. He'd come in, order his coffee, nod at me like we shared some kind of quiet understanding, then sit somewhere else. That confused me more than if he had kept trying. Because now, I noticed when he wasn't there. A few days later, he passed my table and said, "You look like you're thinking too much." I didn't look up. "I always look like that," I said. He paused. "Then maybe you need better things to think about." And then he walked away. That stayed with me. More than it should have. Eventually, I was the one who asked, "Are you going to sit or just make comments and leave?" He smiled like he had been waiting for that. "Only if you want me to." I did. That's how it started. Not fast. Not overwhelming. Just steady. He didn't rush into anything. We talked. About small things at first. Then deeper ones. About why I liked routines. About why I kept people at a distance. I expected him to get bored. People usually did. But he didn't. One evening, we left the cafe at the same time. It had started raining. Not lightly. The kind of rain that forces you to stop and decide whether you're going to wait it out or run through it. I stood there, debating. Then Noah stepped closer, holding his jacket out over both of us. "Come on," he said. "I'll walk you." I hesitated, then stepped under it. We walked close. Closer than we had ever been before. I could feel his hand brush mine once. Then again. The third time, he didn't pull away. Neither did I. And just like that, we were holding hands in the rain like it had always been that way. I didn't even realize I was smiling until he looked down at me and said, "There it is." "What?" I asked. That smile you try not to show. I looked away immediately. But he had already seen it. From that moment, things shifted. Not dramatically. But clearly. He didn't disappear. He didn't change. If anything, he became more intentional. He made time. Real time. He showed up when he said he would. And when I started pulling back, because I always do when something starts to matter, he didn't chase aggressively. He just stayed. "I'm not here to be temporary," he told me once. "So if you're trying to push me away, you'll have to do better than that." I laughed. But something in me softened. The first time he kissed me wasn't planned. We were sitting in my car after a long conversation, and everything had gone quiet. Not awkward. Just full. He looked at me like he was making a decision. Then he said softly, "If I kiss you right now, are you going to pretend you don't feel anything?" I didn't answer. Because I couldn't. So he leaned in. And for once, I didn't overthink it. I just felt it. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't uncertain. It felt like something that had been building for a long time. After that, I stopped pretending it didn't matter. Because it did. He did. I used to think love had to be intense to be real. Fast. Overwhelming. But Noah showed me something different. That love can be quiet. Consistent. Patient. And still feel like everything. I wasn't looking for love. But somehow, he found me anyway. And this time, I didn't run. Thank you for watching. Check out my channel for more stories like this. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Midnight Tea Stories.